Welcome to CommunityLink. This is a program by Community Missions, and we have two fairly new members of Community Missions, staff members. So I'm going to begin by asking each of them to tell us a little bit about what they do and what their hopes and plans are. So Christian, you're on the end, so we'll begin with you.
Sure. My name is Christian Hoffman. I joined the agency back in February, so a few months ago. Officially, my title is Communications and Development Manager. So that means a couple of different things. Communications, trying to get Community Missions' name out in the community more, mostly through media-wise, trying to get stories in the newspaper or on TV, as we are here today. And also some social media stuff as well, just trying to connect more with however people communicate nowadays. And then the other side of it is the development, which is mostly grants, trying to get finances into the agency for all the wonderful work that's going on, and my portion of it is through the grants.
Great. And Andrea?
And I am Andrea Gray. I am the Events and Volunteer Manager for Community Missions, and I am in charge of coordinating and managing all of the wonderful fundraising events that we have each year. I began in this November, so I've been here about almost 10 months. And we have about eight or nine annual events each year, and all the proceeds from these events go to our crisis services. So it's a really fun opportunity to raise money for the services that need it the most in the mission.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you've told us what you do, which is particularly to raise money for Community Missions, but let's talk a little bit about how the mission uses this money. Mm-hmm. So Andrea, maybe you can start talking. We're not too far away from Christmas, so maybe you can start by talking about what happens at Christmas at Community Missions.
Sure. We have a lot of really great things that happen around the holidays at the mission, beginning with Thanksgiving. We do a Thanksgiving dinner with the Hard Rock Cafe. They close their doors to the public and they let all of our clients come to them. They provide a whole Thanksgiving meal for us. We also have our Adopt a Family program, and this is an opportunity for community members, businesses, individuals to adopt a family and help them, make their holiday wishes come true by providing them with presents. Last year we had 156 families that were adopted, and this usually starts in October when we start taking applications for families and sponsors interested in adopting a family. So we have that going on, and then on Christmas Eve, Seneca Casino, they provide a Christmas dinner for all of the families and children at the mission also, and they do that at the mission at our Buffalo Avenue location. So there's a lot of great things that happen around the holidays, and a lot of ways you can help.
Okay. Another part of where we use the money, particularly much of the money that we raise from individuals, from companies and so on, goes into crisis service, which is the soup kitchen, the homeless shelter. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can talk about those, Christian.
Absolutely. The community soup kitchen is open 6 days a week. I believe the doors open at 11:30, run till 1 o'clock each day for lunch, every day but Sunday at least. And so a good portion of the money goes directly into that to feed those that need it the most. We also have a number of food donations that people can take with them, breads in particular, so that when the doors to the soup kitchen are closed, that they're still able to have some food, in that way. And also the emergency shelter, like you said, one of the things that I guess over the past few months that I've been learning are all the different ways that people come to need the emergency shelter. That it's not just for homeless people, but it's people that have a fire at their house, and they're homeless because of that. It's people that I actually just got a message from someone who was here visiting Niagara Falls, and by accident they had booked a hotel over in Canada, and they didn't have their passports with them, so they found themselves at Niagara Falls, without anywhere to stay. So they came and stayed, them and their kids, and stayed in one of the family rooms, and just had a great time. And Community Missions was able to help out that. It's a little bit different, story than what we may normally hear.
But just imagine arriving in a place and finding that your hotel reservation is in either a city that's very far away, at least in terms of your possibility of getting there, and you have nowhere to, and you have your children with you, and so what do you do? And in this case, they they called community missions.
Yeah, they were in Niagara Falls, and they saw a cop, and they asked the cop, said, "Hey, we have nowhere to go." The sad thing was that all their finances were tied up in the reservations. They didn't have extra money to be able to
Right,
do the reservation
right.
because until the refund came through for it. But yeah, but we were able to help them
That's-
out as well. So that's a different one,
Yeah.
certainly. But yeah, all the donations and all the money that comes in goes to efforts like that. Also, we have the clothes closet. The furniture giveaway, people that need items, whether it be food obviously with the soup kitchen, but clothes or household items, can also come to the mission for
Right,
those types of
right,
things
right.
as well.
Actually, our biggest program is working with the mentally ill. We work with about 1,000 different individuals with mental illness. Most of the support for that comes through reimbursements for the care that we provide to those people. Although, if there's something that is not allowed, in the government regulations, then we raise the money, for that. But we'll be talking mostly about support for the homeless shelter, the soup kitchen, the home for people living with AIDS, those kinds of things. The other day we talked about 20 ways to help the mission. I think you've all heard the song 20 ways to lose your to leave your lover. Well, we wanted to be more optimistic and say 20 ways to help the mission. And the first thing we came up with, which is the most important, Andrea,
is to make a cash donation.
Yes.
Yep, that's the first way you can help us, because that can go in many different directions, and we can use that for many different things. So that's one way you can help. Another way that you can help is to volunteer in the soup kitchen. As Christian mentioned, the soup kitchen runs 6 days a week.
Now, a lot of people are afraid to volunteer in the soup kitchen. They say, well, wouldn't someone attack me or something like that? You've been down there many times. Are you worried?
Absolutely not. I've been down there multiple times, and it's just a really great environment to be around. Everybody's really appreciative and happy to be there. And we have a lot of different volunteers that come down there. There's youth groups, so there's younger, kids that are there, all the way up to, we have some board members that volunteer. We have people in the community that donate their time to be there. So it's just, everybody is very appreciative who's having lunch there, and everybody working is just happy to be able to do their part. So it's a really great atmosphere.
Christian,